Hi there, my name is Jacqueline Darrenville Hayfron from the Kids Haven. Welcome to the Kids Haven Throw In, an informative program where we get to discuss, look at different views concerning interior, exterior, playground equipment, classroom equipment. This program is actually geared towards any individual or institution that is looking to start a business into the children's industry. So what are we talking about? Schools, etc., health centers, and all of that. Today, our Section 1 program is going to talk about color palettes. So our Section 1 will be broken down into various parts today, and we are looking at the Part A today. We're going to look at what the importance of colors are. So, color. Color is such a beautiful piece created by God. Can't you imagine putting red, blue, green all together, making it coordinate so well and to give it a beautiful color? So we say that colors are a powerful active tool. So why do we say that? Colors actually help you to make decisions. It influences one to make certain decisions. Inspire. So let's take it. Maybe you want to start like a school. You're looking at a reception area or a preschool area. There's certain colors that has to go with certain colors. So you start to decide, oh, will I throw in blue? Will I throw in red? Will I throw in orange? So colors actually influence. It also inspires. So today on our show, we are going to talk about how colors can give a negative vibe and a positive vibe and all of that. It also affects one's mood. I'll give you an example. During one of our trips to a school, I would say one of our expeditions during the toy clinic service. This could actually tell you why certain colors should not be used, some colors should be used, the importance of it. So as we were approaching the school, we thought the school was actually situated in a very good locale. So no one would actually tell you we had gotten there because we could see all splash of colors on the wall. I thought it was beautiful. So we got inside the premises and we realized that there were more splash of colors all around. It was beautiful. But do you know what? One of the things that we thought of advising the client or even throwing in certain advice for her was that when you're dealing with children, colors are you have to be very mindful of the choice of colors because you may have special need kids. So you may have autistic children, you may have children with epileptic symptoms. So certain colors would actually flash light, certain colors would make them dull in class and may even let their crisis come up. So she asked us, God being so good, she asked us what we thought about because it was a new school and we had to throw in some of these ideas to her, which she hadn't even looked at. So this particular informative session is going to be discussing things like that, why you should use certain colors, what type of colors are we going to use. So this is an example of why certain colors, the usage of certain colors would have to be considered and is very important. Look at the different types of colors we have. As mentioned earlier, I said all colors give positive vibe and negative vibe. So I'm going to select a few of the colors. We're going to look at it, what it actually tells or informs people. So probably it will give you an idea if I'm trying to do my kids' room, or I'm trying to put up a health center portion for kids, what type of colors actually would suit the setting. Another thing we may be looking at in future is artwork because different colors and the type of concepts that you choose will determine. The red color can give a negative vibe or a positive vibe, as I said, with all colors. So the color red will connote positivity, energy, strength. At the same time, the negative vibe would actually connote revenge, danger. So depending on the setting, depending on the circumstance, depending on the experience, the color red can be used either positively or negative. The orange color. The orange color also gives a positive or a negative vibe. So right behind me is a beautiful piece, a contemporary piece, an artwork. So let's see, what does orange actually depict to see this artwork? So beautiful. It actually connotes creativity. So the splash of orange in this art piece actually brings out the creativity of what the artist is trying to portray. It also gives a vibe of encouragement and being optimistic. So that's what the orange vibe does, the orange positive vibe. When we look at the orange color as well, it actually would depict a negative vibe as well, which is impatience or dominance. Then again, orange is a very fun color because when you have orange, part of other colors, it brings the excitement or the fun. The third color we are looking at is yellow. Usually you find out that most businesses doing like children's or in the children's industry will give a splash of yellow color, which is really beautiful. But it would depend on doing an artwork what yellow could be blended with to give us the fun feeling as well. So let's look at yellow. The positive vibe of yellow is creativity as well. It gives warmth, it gives happiness, and all of that. But the negative vibe is also that yellow can be used as a sign of caution. So you go to a hospital, you find the yellow signs there, caution, wet floors, or wherever you go, or maybe restaurants and all that. The color used for those kind of cutout stamps is yellow, right? So yellow would also give a caution, give you a feeling. Yellow and orange in some way, somewhat bring that fun and excitement. So usually an artist would put in yellow and orange as well when it's probably doing a fun thing for children. The positive vibe of green is it gives good health, it shows growth, it shows a sign of safety. So usually I'll say that if you're a health center, colors that can actually bring out the kids area can be green. Most of the greens in it will depict health, safety, and growth. Same green will give us the negative vibe, which is inexperience. So if we are putting certain signs to show inexperience or a type of inexperience activity or something, you realize that certain artworks that depict inexperience would have the green color in it. Now we look at the next color, which is turquoise. So turquoise has various shades. So we have turquoise green, turquoise blue, etc. But let's look at turquoise as a holistic color. It actually gives the positive vibe of calmness, empathy, compassion, empathy. So turquoise color is really a color, let's say turquoise blue, will be a very good color when you have children with epileptic symptoms in an area because it's not going to flash different kinds of colors. It actually depicts compassion, sympathy. Looking at those colors do not aggravate their stress level. Now the same turquoise green or turquoise blue or whichever shade you use, depending on the setting, can actually also cause stress. So we have certain lighter shades that may not cause that kind of stressful behavior. So depending on what setting, what area, we would go with the type of turquoise color that we're using. Also, it actually boosts positive energy. So that is why I will recommend that color for children with certain disability. Now let's look at blue. Blue is usually my favorite color. They say it's a male color, but yet still some women or ladies or girls still love blue. So what does blue actually depict as a positive energy? It brings calmness to a place, it brings honesty, it brings protection, and it's more of a positive type of color. I'm not saying or stressing it because it's my favorite color, but it's one of the colors that when you use in different shades, it actually brings out, especially in an artwork, it actually brings out certain importance of what the artist is trying to portray or depict. The same blue gives the negative vibe as well. So its negative vibe is passiveness. Now let's look at choosing colors for kids. So no matter the area you're setting, there's an order of colors that you can look when it comes to children. So we can start with blue, we can start with red. Usually you look at colors in that ascending order I'm giving. So blue, red, green, violet, or purple shade. or maybe lilac, just like my dress color, orange and yellow. These colors are what should be looked at as a real importance when it comes to the order of colors during children's setting. I'll repeat them again: blue, red, green, violet, or purple shaded colors like my lilac or the fuchsia, or those other colors that would come under the violet umbrella. So we have the orange and then the yellow. So all these are the types of ranking when it comes to children's colors that if you're looking at to set up an area. The most common color for all kids type, depending on whether they have a disability, what type of disability they have, or they are just kids with no disability, is blue, green, and purple. Those three colors can actually come into together in a place when you have all these types of children, depending on the category they fall in. It can be used. Now, and you really need to consider that because as children are coming over to school or coming over to, especially with the play center, you really don't know what they have. You don't know their what they have that can actually trigger their crisis and stuff like that. So when you're setting up an area like that, these colors are what you need to consider, or if just in case you get people like us or the industry, in the industry, people who are into the interior for kids. As I mentioned, the colors that we put together for kids are very different from adults. You can't just put certain colors together. So most of the colors that I mentioned, the blue, green, and purple, are very comforting colors for kids. Now, for autistic children, we can be looking at colors like the greens, the blue, the pink, the orange, and then the neutral colors. Those are the colors that we may be looking at for if you have an environment where we have autistic children, because these colors actually bring it comforts them. It brings that comforting environment and all that. Just as I said with the specification of blue, we didn't look at pink, but we'll look at it soon. So all these colors are what would create that environment for these children. Very, very selective when it comes to children with epileptic symptoms. So looking at children with that disability, colors like lavender or purple will be very appropriate for them. It's subtle, it's not too loud, so it wouldn't flash. You know, the colors that actually flash lights actually cause their crisis. So this is some of the throw in with colors, with what type of colors that will suit the positivity, the negativity. Soon we have to close the session on our part one of our color palette. Next week we come again. We'll be talking about how colors can actually affect either positively or negatively on children's behavior, how it can be impacted. Also, we'll be looking at those same colors that can affect children with certain disabilities. So thank you for staying with us. We'll see you next week. Stay tuned to all our social media platforms and have a blessed weekend. Bye.